What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sector for Nerds. I'm Ryan Brower, and I just got done watching the finale of Clone Wars. Emotions for me are running very high right now. I don't know when they posted it. Like, I just got done watching it. It's about like midnight right now, or a little after midnight. But I've been seeing like people have been posting reviews and stuff for it already, which I was kind of hoping to be one of the first this time to try and hopefully get more views. But it's okay. It's everyone was all over it, and I didn't realize what time they were going to be releasing it, especially because of the whole thing with New Zealand and them getting it first, and then people were posting spoilers, which, by the way, screw those people because it's absolutely ridiculous. I was spoiled on Vader showing up at the end, which we will get into in a second, but I saw a picture of him with the lightsaber, and I was like, oh my gosh. It did kind of tick me off because it's like, and I get it, you shouldn't always go on social media. I wasn't expecting there to be spoilers and stuff because I didn't find out about the New Zealand stuff right away. So it kind of ticks me off that I was spoiled on that. So for those people who do post that kind of stuff, like, people like get on me for clickbait, which is bullcrap in itself. But then like you look at people who post that stuff because obviously they do it to get clicks and to get people to view their video. So yeah, like that to me, it's absolutely despicable. Anywho, this episode hit me in all of the feels. This entire arc, and I'm a little tired right now, but this arc was just, oh my gosh, by far the best arc in Clone Wars. And this was I would say that I do have a couple things that I wish they would have added to this episode, but for what we got in the 21 minutes, which is about a normal Clone Wars episode time, it was very good. This episode was full of action as Ahsoka and Rex were fighting off the clones. Maul would fight clones as well, and he would frickin' pull the ship out of hyperspace by destroying the generators. It made it look like Starkiller pulling a Star Destroyer out of the sky, and I guarantee you Sam Witwer had a lot to do with that, I'm assuming. The moment when Rex starts crying and stuff, like that got me in the feels, in the heart. Maul getting away on the shuttle and him escaping, Ahsoka trying to use the Force to pull that ship away. By the way, so Ahsoka uses two hands to pull a shuttle down. How many hands does Rey use to pull the shuttle in the last, or not in Last Jedi, in Rise of Skywalker? No. Let's even go before that. Let's go to Last Jedi when she's lifting all those rocks, all with one hand. What is so wrong about using two hands? That's one of my biggest criticisms with Rey. Why is she always using one hand to pull everything? Because it may like people, people wonder why they call her a Mary Sue. Well, that's kind of one of the reasons. But I digress. Rex gets shot in the arm and Ahsoka goes to save him and lets Maul get away. Now, I will admit here, so in Rebels, Maul tells Ahsoka, the whole running away again thing. So what was that supposed to be a reference to? Because if anything, Maul was the one who was running away. Yeah, I don't know. That's just one of the things that I did kind of question about this episode. But Jesse too, man, like seeing him go up against, Ahsoka and Rex, it was hard to see, and watching all of Ahsoka's clones go up against them, it was hard. And then to see that moment where like they weren't trying to kill any of the clones, but yet they all ended up dying anyway, was just like, it was a sad thing to see. And then watching them on that planet going back to that ship and giving the clones sort of like a proper funeral, putting their helmets on sticks and stuff. And then the moment when they showed Jesse's helmet, that moment kind of got me a little bit too. But then came the end. I don't know how far advanced in the timeline we went. It could have been a couple days, could have been a couple weeks, could have been a year, could have been a few years. We don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see, but we see stormtroopers. Let me just say this right now. The stormtroopers in Clone Wars looked so much better than the stormtroopers in Rebels. When I go back, and Rebels is a great show, like I love Rebels, but when I go back and watch Rebels, I'm not going to be able to look at the stormtroopers the same way because they look so amazing in Clone Wars. They had, your regular stormtroopers there, and they also had snow troopers as well. They all looked absolutely fantastic. And then, comes in the shuttle, and who's on it? Good old Lord Vader. And he walks over to the ship, and as I expected, because Ahsoka put her lightsaber there earlier, he picks it up and turns it on. So the way that Clone Wars ended, I like the way that it ended. I figure it was the ending that needed to happen. I wish it would have been longer than 21 minutes though. I think you could have added more to it. But like I said, for what we got, I did enjoy it. Now, like the things that I wish they would have added were I would have liked to have seen where Ahsoka and Rex went. I would have liked to seen like a goodbye moment between the two of them because that would have kind of gotten me in the feels as well. Because like we see in Rebels when they meet again, it's this really nice moment and they hug each other and it's, I'm glad you're still alive and stuff. We didn't see how they separated. So yeah, that to me was a little bit unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen like how far advanced we were in the timeline, so very curious about that as well. I would have liked to have seen where Maul went. That would have been a nice little follow-up to have as well. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard, but tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central Time, Dave is going to be on Good Morning America. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think we have a good idea of what it's probably going to be about Clone Wars, right? And I think having Darth Vader on there, that's going to be the big talking point is my guess. Otherwise, I could see them talking about Mandalorian season 2 as well and sort of the work that he's been doing on that. And heck, maybe we're gonna get a Mandalorian season 2 trailer tomorrow, or should I say today? Because it is May 4th already. By the way, yeah, happy May 4th, you guys. Like it's May 4th right now, so yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so this coming morning, Dave is gonna be on Good Morning America. So we're gonna have to see what he talks about, and I think I would stay tuned, you guys, because I think we're gonna be getting a Mandalorian season 2 trailer. And if we do, you already know that your boy's going to be reacting to it. Otherwise, another maybe thing that I could possibly be optimistic about is him announcing like a Sabine Wren Ahsoka Tano show. That would be kind of cool as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this up here, you guys. Dave and team, from Clone Wars, amazing job. This arc was fantastic. I think the best arc they've ever done. I will admit I'm a little shooken up because it's like Clone Wars was my childhood, and to see it go away is a little it is hard. But you know what? I think if there's one thing that we can all be proud of is that we got an ending that it deserves, because before we only had 5 seasons and then there was the Lost Missions as well, and the series didn't get to end. And, I think what was so great about this is we got an ending. We got to see how the Clone Wars ended. Could there have been more? Yes, because I would have loved to have seen, Dark Disciple, Son of Dathomir, all that fun stuff. But you know what? For the ending that we got, and I give Disney a ton of shit for it because I will always hold that against them. But you know what? Everyone who decided to bring Clone Wars back, thank you guys so much, because you have given us something that a lot of us fans have wanted for a long time. So I'm glad that we were able to get it. Before I recorded today's video, I had a conversation with Chris and Jacob about the episode, and we all agreed that our childhood died when this series ended just right now, which is kind of the same feeling that I got when the series ended at the start. I think the difference then was we weren't able to give it a proper burial, but now we are. And I think looking back on this, I think we can look at this in celebration, knowing that we got the most fantastic arc in the entire series with the Siege of Mandalore. And, the Bad Batch was great, and people can complain all they want about the Ahsoka arc. I thought it was great. And then to be able to get this ending of the Siege of Mandalore with characters that we are all invested in, between Ahsoka and Maul and Rex and just oh my gosh. To get an ending with those three was absolutely incredible. So, you know what? And I know no one, I don't think anyone from Lucasfilm is ever going to see this. I don't think Dave or Ashley or Sam or Dee is ever going to see this. But just, if you ever do, thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything that you've contributed to Star Wars, because for me, it's the best part of Star Wars is getting to see your guys' stories. Gosh, I really hope that one day I get the chance to meet Dave Filoni just so I could tell him thank you, because, and just because you can kind of tell right now, but just I freaking love Clone Wars, so to be able to talk to the guy and just show him my appreciation, not just on behalf of me, but on behalf of almost everyone who has enjoyed this show and has gotten some enjoyment or escape out of it. I just want to be able to share my gratitude with him about it because I freaking love this show. I know there's so many other people that love this show, and Ashley and Sam, who are like, I consider to be like my two heroes because I love Ahsoka, I love Maul. Ashley Eckstein, Ahsoka Tano is like my favorite character in all of Star Wars. Knowing that she got to come back and end this the way, that she wanted to do it, because I don't know what the future is going to hold for Ahsoka if they are going to go the live action route and go with Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, which I think is pretty cool, but like no one is ever going to be able to replace Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka Tano. Ashley is just a great human being inside and out, and I couldn't be happier for her. Alright guys, before my eyes start to water up anymore and I look like a complete idiot, I'm just gonna wrap this up here. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like us on Facebook, and hey, happy May the 4th, you guys. We got a big day coming up. Rise of Skywalker is gonna be on Disney+. We got the Mandalorian documentary that's going to be there. We're probably, potentially, don't take my word for it, but potentially a trailer if Dave is going to be showing up on Good Morning America. So we'll have to wait and see. But until then, I will see you guys next time.